This is the exact method that I would use if I was going to start my business again from scratch. So I'm going to show you how you can turn your social media platform into a funnel like this that grows your audience, attracts the ideal client that you actually want to work with and you feel called to serve, and in turn gives them an amazing experience that builds the foundations of your brand so that you can turn this into a sustainable online business. So I'm going to break down how you can turn your social media into a funnel and how you can attract clients who are excited to work with you, all without having to sell out. So I'm going to break down everything, give you a step-by-step guide and show you exactly how to get to that first 10K cash collected. Yeah, let's jump into the video. Right, this is just a complete breakdown. If I was going to start again, get my first 10K cash collected online and then turn that into a 10K a month business, this is exactly what I would do. I'm just going to show you all of the steps. If you do this and get moving with this, there is no reason that you can't get to your 10K cash collected very, very quickly and then start turning this into an actual online consulting business. So let's just sort of jump straight into it. There's a load of stuff here. We're going to be looking at this kind of core timeline, but I also want to show you kind of what I offer to people who already have an offer in place. So there's kind of two prongs to this. There's people who have a new offer, who haven't done something like this before, but they are skilled and they have a talent. They're an expert in some area, and to be honest, they're sitting on a bit of a gold mine and they don't realize it. That's when we build a new offer. And then someone who already has an offer in place, I have kind of an 18-day launch that just plugs them straight in and gets them moving very, very quickly. But if you haven't done the groundwork, you can't do that. So yeah, now, like with everything I teach, this isn't some get rich quick scheme. If you don't have a skill, if you're not talented in any area, and because you've been lazy and you haven't been working on yourself, okay, and now most people are very talented and most people do have an amazing skill, and you're sitting on a gold mine, you just don't realize it. But if you have just been playing video games and or watching TikTok for the last 5 years, you probably don't have a high quality skill. So this isn't for you. This is for people who are serious, they're talented, they have an expertise, they're a little bit frustrated with what they're doing at the moment, they feel like they're a little bit undervalued, and they don't feel, they feel like their skill is worth more valuable, but is much more valuable than it's kind of being currently valued at, but they don't really understand the framework, they don't know how to kind of, turn that into a business. Good news is you can follow this, you can turn your skill into a business right away. You just have to do all of these things and keep doing them and don't stop. It's not easy. You can't just get to do it, like watch this video and it's like, okay, 10K a month. It's like, no, you have to show up and do the work consistently. But if you keep showing up and doing the work consistently, you can't fail, okay? If you do the reps, if you go to the gym every day, you do some reps, after doing those reps for a year, your biceps will get bigger or whatever, okay? So just keep showing up, do the reps, this will work. So I just wanted to kind of break all of this down for you, give you a bit of a time frame. I like to think quite visually, so that's why I like to kind of draw things out as a flow chart. So let's start. I'll just give you everything. Right. So this is where you are at the moment, okay? Perhaps you've already got somewhat of an online offer. Perhaps you're thinking about it, you're just getting started. You're probably at anywhere between 0 to 3K a month online. Perhaps you have a full-time income or freelance income as well. You're probably around this area. Now, let's say that you haven't done any consulting before, okay, but you'd like to. This is the process you would need to go through to get things off the ground, get things running. So if we're doing a new offer, okay, we need to really figure out why we feel called to do this. So I only work with purpose-driven people. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is I work with people who they want to give out a load of value. They just need a framework to do it. So if you're someone who's just like, I could make a bit of money doing this, and that's your reason for doing something, I'm not really interested in working with you. I'm interested in working with people who have passion, they have a sense of purpose, and they feel called to serve a certain group of people. That's who I'm interested in working with. So I just wanted to make that clear that I really only work with people who have a clear calling and they're serious about what they do. So yeah, the first thing we kind of have a look at, and this is crucial, if you carry on doing all of the things that you're doing at the moment, you are going to continue getting the same results. Okay, so if you continue doing everything that you're doing at the moment and don't change anything, keep the same input, the output will be the same. So what do we do to change the output? to get past this kind of 3K a month, what do? We have to change the input. There's no way around it. Okay, there's no way around it. We have to change the input. So how do we do that? Now, everyone who goes through my program, you have to change your mindset. Now, here's a way that I'm going to show you can do it. Okay, we go in deep to this, but you can do this yourself. So you need to create a powerful vision. Okay, you need to create a really powerful vision. What specifically do you want your future to look like? Get specific, super specific. What do I want in my future? Who do I want in my future? Where do I want to be? If you were now, close your eyes and imagine you were looking out, what would your future look like? Who would you be interacting with? Get crystal clear, okay? Now, usually we find that this aligns with some sense of purpose, okay? So if your vision was that I'm going to be on a beach sipping martinis, that's not really a very purpose-driven vision. You can probably go book a holiday and do that, so you've already fulfilled that. But, you know, who are you called to help? Who are you going to be working with? Get super specific about this and kind of align it with whatever your purpose is. After we have a very clear vision, okay, we need to take action every day. Okay, so after you've got a really clear vision of what it is you want to create in your life, think, what would that person do right now, or what would that person do every day to get them there? Then start doing those things. It's as simple as that. The hard part is continuing to do it over an extended period of time and getting that compounding effect. So figure out what the vision is, figure out what that person had to do to get there day to day, and then start doing those things. Okay, and then this is the whole idea of be, do, have. Okay, in order for us to have something in our life, we have to become a new person. We have to be the person who does the things that would have that result. Okay, there's no shortcut. You can't just have it. You have to be that person. Okay, so mindset, foundation of everything. Okay, get your mindset right. If you're starting anything new, you want to make any changes in your life, do this. Follow this process. Next, we need to create a high ticket offer. Okay? So look, you could post stuff online and you could teach anything really. If you're skilled with, you know, copywriting, whatever it is, you could teach it. You could just teach the skill. You could say, look, I show you how to do this. And you can show people how to do anything. I used to teach music production, like a very specific type of music. Now, that offer wasn't that valuable. What we want to do is we want to create a valuable offer. Okay, we want to create a really, really valuable offer. So rather than just thinking, oh, you know, I'm good at writing emails, it's a rubbish example, but I'm good at writing emails, I'm going to show people how to write emails. It's not a very valuable offer. Okay, what we have to do is we have to think of all of our skills and talents, and we have to pack them into this offer. Okay, so with the email writing, it might also be that you have kind of like a sequence building you can do, and this is going to help people's, you know, businesses' revenue and conversions, whatever it is. A different example for me with the music, with the music offer that I had, I was just teaching production. If I had packed into that networking skills, how to get gigs, how to have the right mindset, how to approach artists who are way above you, how to build a routine around creating music. If I had packaged all of that in my offer, I could have charged way more. Okay, so this is what you have to think about. You have to think about all of your skills and talents, everything you've got, you have to cram it into an offer. So this offer is just value packed. It's just a super valuable offer. Okay, you can think about it like if someone was to spend, let's say 24 hours with you, they get to you, they're at point A, you've got 24 hours to do anything you want with them to get them as far as you can. Okay, so you could just teach them like a skill on how to do keepy uppies with a football. Okay, but using all of your skills and talents, how could you get that person as far as possible in 24 hours? Kind of think about it like that. Pack that into your offer with all of your skills, all of your talents, then it becomes super valuable. And that's the reason you can charge high ticket. Okay, so you want to charge a high ticket offer. So high ticket is anywhere above 2K plus. Okay, 2K plus, we'll consider high ticket for your first offer. You also want to think about the result. So you're not just thinking about what can I cram in. That's how you know that it's going to be a really valuable offer. But for the person who's going to be working with you, what is the result that they're getting? So if we use the example of music again, because that's my background, if we use the example of music, the result is that through working with you, they make a huge acceleration in their career. They're now gigging, they're now networking with top artists, and they've just kind of increased their level. That's valuable to them. Okay, when they come to work with you, they're not working with you because they're like, oh great, I get to see these videos and there's this and I get to learn this trick. No, they're working with you because of the result that they're going to get. So you pack all of your value in, you think about the best result you can get someone, what does that look like? And that's what you sell, okay? You sell that result. Hope that makes sense. So what we want to do first of all, and most people miss this step, if you're creating something online, create a value-packed offer, okay? Now, I want to talk a little bit more about this. So we also need to think, who is this aimed at, okay? Who is this offer aimed at? What is our ideal avatar? Who are they? What problems do they have, okay, that we can solve? And this is really, really important. Do we like them? Are we even interested in working with them? So part of doing this, part of getting to this first 10K and then 10K plus a month, you're building life on your terms. You're building life on your terms. Now, I've been in the rat race. I've done all of that. I've worked with people I don't particularly like. I'm creating a business where I can work with people that I really, really like, and I want to help them. I want to give them all of this value. Like I'm giving with my offer, I pack everything in, everything I've learned, anything I continue to learn, I just pack it in. I want to work with people I really, really like, and you should think about this too. Who do you actually want to work with? Who do you actually want to serve? Okay, so for me, like I said, it's purpose-driven people. People feel like they have a mission, but they're just kind of lacking direction and a framework. I'm like, yes, them, because I understand how they feel. And I'm like, right, you can do this, this, and this, and we can get you here, and you're going to make a massive difference and impact in the world. That excites me, okay? That's what gets me going. So I've considered, who do I want to work with? Now, I could teach the skills I teach to anyone, but I don't, okay? I don't. I'm very specific about who I work with. Okay, because I know that I'm actually going to give them more value and they're going to get more value out of me. Okay, so make sure you really consider this. Who are you working with? And be super, super strict. Okay, so the avatar is the person we're going to be kind of presenting our offer to, and understanding our avatar, understanding the problems that they're going through at the moment, understanding specifically who they are, what their pains are, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. That helps us to kind of refine our offer and make sure that our offer is really, really dialed in, and that we actually are creating something that there's a product market fit, okay? We're making sure that this offer is one, heavily optimized and value packed, but also there's a deep, deep need for it, okay? If you get those two things right, you're away. This is the foundations, okay? This is the foundations of everything. Really understanding who your avatar is, what problems do they have, and then building an unbelievable value-packed offer to give to them. So, that leads us on. How do we present this offer to the people that we want to work with? Okay, how are we going to actually get this in front of the people who need it? Now, luckily, we live in a time where we have something called social media, and let me tell you something. So I think there's 8 billion people in the world now. 8 billion people in the world. I think it's something ridiculous, like 6.5 or 7 billion of them are on social media, or on Instagram, or on Facebook, or on TikTok. You're telling me that if you, with your skills and your talents, if you showcase and give value and show the problems that you can solve, that you're not going to find 1,000 people who would be like, oh my goodness, I need that help, I want to work with this person. Because that's all you need. You don't need 5 million people being like, you don't need 5 million people coming to you. You need 1,000. And remember, your high ticket offer is going to be at least 2K plus. So you just need to find those people. How do we find those people? We need to post content. We need to post content that educates them, inspires them, and challenges them. Educate, inspire, challenge. That's the point of our content. Educate, inspire, challenge. So sometimes when these people, the problems that they have, give them loads of free value. Okay, you're here to help. Present yourself as an authority figure, and we'll get into that. Present yourself as an authority figure, and you are an authority figure because you have an expertise in this area. Because you have an expertise in this area. So you are an authority figure. So your skills, the things you already know, educate them. Give some free value out. Post about something that you overcame, a problem that you overcame. Inspire them. Showcase them what's possible. Likely, for you to get where you are, you've had to overcome certain challenges that they're probably still facing. So by showcasing how you overcame that challenge and the results of that, overcoming that, is going to inspire them to think, if this person can do it, then I can do it. Brilliant. Okay? But if you don't show them that, they're not going to know that. Okay? And that will also challenge them. Sometimes, a lot of what I like to do on social media with my posts is I like to challenge people as well, because a lot of the time, what is holding us back is limiting beliefs. Okay, a lot of the time what is holding us back is limiting beliefs. So sometimes you need someone to push, and the reason I know that I can challenge people when it comes from a good place is because I know that I had these limiting beliefs and I don't want it for other people. I know the bad habits that I had. I know the things that I did that weren't serving me, okay? And I know how difficult it was to overcome sometimes, but by kind of shining a light on those things and being vulnerable and saying, look, this was me, that will inspire people to make the change themselves, but also it's going to challenge them and it will sit with them and go, do you know what, I am doing that, I am doing too much of that, maybe that's something I need to change. Okay, so, and look, I'm going to be honest with you, sometimes some old friends, some people that you know, they might kind of be like, what are you posting about this for? And that's always going to happen, okay? Remember, if you're growing, if you're someone who's growing, this is just what's going to happen. It's just what's going to happen. People who, look, back in my life, when I was someone else and I was doing stupid things, and then there's someone who I haven't seen in 5 or 10 years, and then I start posting about habits and routine, and they knew me when I was someone who didn't have good habits or a good routine. They'll be like, well, who's this guy? But they don't know your story. Okay, so remember, only you know you. And you should only talk about things that you know. Don't be one of these people who lies and who just presents themselves on social media as like a crazy expert in everything and they're just perfect in every way. People can see through that. Okay, people see through that. It's fake. We know that's not you. So be real, be authentic, showcase the problems that you have solved and how you've solved them. Don't pretend to know everything, but the stuff you do know about, showcase that. Educate, inspire, challenge. That's going to make up your content. Now, what we're doing here is we're building a personal brand. Now, content is part of that. The second part of this, and nobody talks about this, you need a network. You need a network of other people who are also considered authority figures in your space. And you need to become part of that network. Okay, and these compound over time. The more content you put out, the more people in your network are going to, you're going to increase your network, and the more people are going to be drawn to you from different tiers, people below you, people at the same level, and people above you. Okay, so you want to build connections, relationships, and that will give authority online. Now, I can't go into it, but I teach a networking strategy, which is just super powerful, which enables you to kind of reach people in different levels in a very authentic way, and a way that doesn't come across needy at all, and actually adds value every step of the way. So this stage here, you need to, the best time to start working on this was yesterday. If you feel called to do something, okay, maybe you haven't got your offer dialed in, but if you know the general area that you're interested in, just start posting something. Just start posting something. Start connecting with other people who are posting similar things. Start commenting on a post, giving them value, saying what you like, saying, just giving a load of value. Start doing this, building a personal brand. I've barely even gotten started with this. I used to have a music account and I completely binned that off and started a new one. And by following this, I started this, what is it now? It's April now. I started this in December. I started this just on Instagram in December. I had like 180 followers. It was just an account I wasn't using. But through consistently, and again, it hasn't grown massively. I've got like 2.2 or something like that. Again, that's not like, whoa, loads of followers, but it's engaged followers who actually care about what I have to say, and it's serving them and it's adding value just by following this. Okay, and it's not going to stop, because I'm not going to stop doing this, and the following hasn't stopped growing. Just every month it grows. So the sky's the limit, you just don't stop. This is what I mean by inputs and outputs. Keep taking action. Yes, maybe it would have been nice if things went viral and you just quickly went to like that 100,000. It doesn't work like that always. Hopefully for you it does, But keep doing it. It keeps growing. You keep connecting with more people, and more people are interested in your message. And look, I'll be honest, I've met amazing people through doing this, who I really, really respect and I really, really connect with. And the good thing about doing this as well, I'm going off a little bit of a tangent. The good thing about doing this is you filter out people as well. By continually doing this, the people who don't like what you have to say, and there's going to be people who don't like what you have to say, they just disappear off because they're fed up of hearing it, which is great, because they're not the people I'm interested in. But the people who are interested in what you're having to say, just keep showing up, and they like it, and you connect with them, and you build a relationship with them, and you build this personal brand. Okay, this is a great asset to have. I'll do another video on personal brand because it's just the best asset you can have. Now, what do you do next? So obviously we're creating a business here, and we're leveraging social media. I'm just going to have some coconut water, which is elite level water. Anyway, so the next two stages are converting. So we want to convert this attention that we built for our personal brand, and we want to convert people into clients. Now, sometimes when I say this, I don't want it to come across like, right, well, what you're doing here is you're making content so you can convert people and make money, because I think this is a limiting belief for some people. I've had someone message me being like, someone I used to know, they're like, isn't a huge flaw in your plan that you charge people money for your services? And I was kind of taken aback by this message. It's like, flaw in my plan? What's the plan here? But this shows the difference in kind of what limiting beliefs can do to you. My plan is to show people how to do this so they can make money doing the thing that they feel called to do, so they can do more of it all of the time. And then that brings everyone up. They're sharing their gifts with the world, and they haven't got to be tired in their job when they come home and they can't be bothered to work on this, or can't be bothered to give those gifts because they're exhausted. By doing this, you can generate an income by doing the thing that you feel called to do, and then do more of it, and then it raises everyone up. Now guess what? For me to do this, I can't, and to give what I give to my clients, I can't have 2 full-time jobs. For me to be able to give the most value to these people, this has to be my thing. This has to be how I exist. The books I'm reading, when I wake up, right, how can this be better? How can I refine this? I have to be this so that I can give this value to them. That's what I feel called to do. That's my calling. But it's really, really interesting to hear people's limiting beliefs in this way. Really, really interesting. So obviously when you hear this, these setting appointments and then closing, turning people into clients, remember, you are doing this because you are solving a valuable problem for them. You are solving a valuable problem for them. Now imagine yourself 3 years ago, 5 years ago, with a certain problem. Could be to do with your health, could be to do with relationships, could be to do with your finances, business, whatever it is. Imagine you could go back now to that person. Imagine you could go back to them and you could say to them, hey, stop doing that, do this, you need a bit of this, I'm going to work with you, I'm going to work with you for a period of months, we're going to get you here. Imagine how much time that would save. Imagine how much time that would save. So you need to break the limiting belief that what you're offering, the only reason that people say things like that is because they don't believe in their value. They don't believe that if they were to do this, the thing they would be offering is valuable. And that's a limiting belief, you know? That's a limiting belief. Imagine yourself 3, 4, 5 years ago. Imagine how you could help that person, and imagine how many people are in that position that you were in. So really, I mean, again, I believe that this is, we're always teachers and we're always students. We're always somewhere on that ladder. We're always learning, and we should always be bringing people up. And to consolidate what you have learned, the best thing you can do is teach it to someone else. That actually improves your skill in an area, okay? So everyone always says this, whenever they teach something, they're like, oh, I've really sort of refined my skill by doing this anyway. So remember this, remember that you should be both a teacher and a student at all times, okay? You should be bringing the people behind you up. Using the lessons you've learned, the skills, the technical abilities, whatever it is, you should be bringing people up. All right. So setting and closing. Basically what we need to do, we're using Instagram as a funnel. Now I'll briefly go into this. I've got loads I can explain. So you want to qualify. You want to qualify the people that you want, like we said. They actually have problems that you can solve, and you actually want to work with them as well. You add a load of value, so perhaps you start chatting to them, whatever it is, you give them some value, give them some advice, and then you book in a call. Okay, so you book in a call with them saying, look, I found out that you've probably got this problem, I'm happy to kind of talk you through it and see if I can help. Okay, and then the whole point of the call is to find out if you can actually help. And then if you can actually help them, you say, look, well, we can do this together, what do you say? And they'll be like, yeah, that sounds great, I have a huge problem and you can solve it, sounds good, you know, sounds good. So, again, with the closing, when you do have a call with people who you are your avatar and you can help, you want to qualify and then qualify again. Okay, now the reason I put that twice is you don't, remember, this isn't just like something that you give away. It's not a PDF ebook. You go, there you are, there's your problem solved. You're going to be working with these people. So if you haven't qualified them, and you're not going to enjoy working with them, and they're not the type of people that you really want to work with, you've got to work with them for a long period of time. And you're probably not going to get them as good results, and they're not going to get good results because there's a personality clash or something. So make sure that this is someone who matches your criteria, who meets a threshold, whatever that looks like for you, qualify them, and then you say, right, this is what we can offer, this is where we can get to, explain the result, and then shake hands virtually, you say, right, let's go. And then the most important stage comes in. Fulfillment. Okay, fulfillment. You want to fulfill your offer. Okay, you want to fulfill what you built out here. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I need some like course and program and this and all of these. For your first 3 to 5 clients, you want to work one-to-one. Almost, to be honest, at this point, you're a freelancer. You don't quite have a business yet. You're still learning. Okay, so you're a freelancer at this point. But this is such a crucial stage that people want to skip because this is the hard work. This is where the hard work starts. You now serve. This is why you started this in the first place, because you want to help people. You're serving the people who you've connected with. Okay, and you want to do this one-to-one, 3 to 5 times. You want to get amazing results and you want to refine your process. By going through this process, you're going to get really, really good at it, and you're going to build out a program that can work for a lot of people, okay? So, but you can't skip this stage. You can't skip this stage. You need to get in the trenches and really, really work and serve the people who are your clients 3 to 5 times. After you've done that, you can start to systemize things. Okay, so you built a program, you understand that, oh, right, actually I spent much longer on this stage, or I spent a little bit less time on this stage, and actually we need to add a bit of this, but take away this. So then you refine your process, you refine your program, and you have a program. You build a product. Okay, now at this point, you should have hit that 10K cash collected. By the time you get 3 to 5, you should hit 10K cash collected. Now, good news, and you're welcome. You can just do this over and over again if you want. You could just keep doing this. You could just keep doing this. There you go. And you're noticing, you can start doing this. This works. Okay? Now, I'll probably do another video on this, but after this stage, we can automate a few things. We can add in an appointment setter. We can start running some ads, perhaps a video editor for the content, build a bit of a team, refine things more. And this is when we start to scale and actually build a business. Okay, this is when we get other people in, we start to expand the team, we start to systemize things. We have a product we can systemize, but we don't get there without doing the hard work. Okay, don't get there without doing the hard work. Now, this can take anywhere, depending on how dedicated and disciplined you are, this can take anywhere from 3 months, 2 months, it depends, okay? It depends how long. Like I said, this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. This is a framework that you can use to give your skills, leverage your skills, and serve other people. So it depends how long this takes. It depends how much effort you put in. It depends how far you're willing to go, okay? But if you don't stop, you won't fail. You can't. It's actually impossible. Now, after you get past this stage, like we said, you can start to systemize everything, and then it becomes a lot quicker. Plus, all of these skills over time compound. So you get better at your content. You get better at understanding who your avatar is. Perhaps after this stage, we refine your offer, and we kind of refine your avatar slightly. So this gets better, and then this gets better, and then this gets better. So these all compound. It's not like you do this once. You just keep getting better at these things. Just keep getting better. And these are valuable skills. You could take this skill here and make a living. This is so transferable into so many different areas. This skill here, setting and closing, you can literally transfer those skills into any industry and never have to worry about money again. Learn these skills. Learn these skills. They compound over time. You only get better at them. This is just the framework that combines a lot of things, okay? It combines a lot of things, but you could literally just get good at closing, and you could work as a high-ticket closer or a high-ticket setter. You could literally do that as your full-time thing, okay? But this way, we're kind of learning a lot of skills, and this is for killers. This is for killers. Okay, so like I said, all of this compounds over time: your network, your authority relationships, your personal brand. Okay, I won't talk about that right now. Okay, I just wanted to kind of talk out again visually how it works. So you can kind of think of like your Instagram like a funnel, and this is just to give you a visual idea of how it works. Remember, at the end of the day, you're building relationships with people when you're serving people. That's essentially it. But also, this is kind of how it looks technically. You put out content that gets new engagement, okay? So you build an audience by doing that, short form, long form content. There's awareness, okay, top of the funnel, awareness. And I think I'll do a whole other video on this so you can really deeply understand it. And then from there, after seeing a lot of your content and seeing that you do give out value, okay, this is the thing, you can't fake this. You can't fake value, you can't fake good advice. Good advice is good advice. Actionable tips are actionable tips, you can't fake it. Okay, you can't fake this. So over time, your audience trusts you because they're like, the advice that I'm getting from this person or the tips I'm getting are actually really helping me. So you start to trust you, and then you become an authority figure because this is how you're positioning yourself. So you nurture your audience, then you go through, after you sort of build the relationship, through the appointment setting process, getting to know their problems, getting to know them and understanding if you can actually help them. You then set a call, and that's when they become a client, you close them. Again, this is just kind of how it comes in. So that's how someone would come from a complete stranger viewing your content, and that's why it's so important. You have to put out content. And they come into your funnel, nurture, warm, close, and then you can serve them and get amazing results, build the program, boom, start systemizing things. Now, I think I'm going to cover it in another video, but if you do already have an offer, okay, or you have parts of an offer, we can just plug you into this sort of 18-day launch sequence. I have to check for people that you meet certain criteria, but we can just plug you into this and kind of get these results here we get to this fulfillment stage just much quicker. But I'll do another video on that. There's a few little moves that work really nicely. I go into a lot more detail Yeah, I'll show you that another time. But yeah, I just wanted to give you an overview of, look, if you do all of these things, take a screenshot of this if you want. Okay, there you are, have that. If you do all of these things, you cannot help but be successful if you've already got a skill and you're talented. You're an expert. Learn that first, then use this. Okay, if you're not skilled, what have you been doing? Okay, do those things. Watch this video again. Do those things. And you can't help but be successful. Okay, and you're going to help loads of people. This is why I'm so passionate about this. This is why this is amazing. Yeah, so I was going to cover a load more. I wanted to show you a little bit of kind of a few more resources and stuff, but yeah, I think there's loads for you to digest there. Again, feel free to shoot me any questions on Instagram about any of this. Very, very happy to help. And look, if you're ready to get going and you think, look, I've got a good idea of this, you know, I want your help. Okay, let's have a chat. Let's see if I can help you. If you're a good fit, we'll just get rolling. We'll get going and we'll get you up to here ASAP. And if you've already got somewhat of an offer or somewhat of an idea of what you know you feel called to do, then boom, we can plug you into this, get you going. Again, make sure you've watched all of this. Make sure you know what it's about. I don't deal well with time wasters. Okay, I've got valuable product to give to people. It has amazing results. So if you're ready to rock and roll, let's rock and roll. You know, make sure you've done your homework first. Yeah, I don't like tire kickers. I don't like people who waste my time. So make sure that you've prepared, you're ready to rock and roll, and we'll get going. But yeah, I hope that's been super valuable. I'll catch up with you soon.